Hi guys, this video we're having a look at the Neca God of War Kratos figures. Now the main thing about these figures is that you can get on eBay some very cheap knockoff bad versions of these figures, which are absolutely terrible. I'll get into that a little bit more in another video, to be honest. But what we obviously have here are the actual Neca ones, I'm pleased to say, and the most common one that you're going to find is a fake is the Medusa Head one. But I'll be honest with you, they've all been copied apart from the Poseidon and the Dark Odyssey at the back, so I'll obviously show you them in a second. But essentially what we have is, of course, the same figure, different variants. One of the earliest Neca figures to suddenly get, you know, have the version we want, and then have different variants, which, you know, in the game obviously you get different versions of him, so it's not like they've just done something quick and easy. You know, in the game you do get the Poseidon's Rage, and you do get the Dark Odyssey, and of course Ares armour. So the only one which you could say is a bit too similar and a bit too, you know, they've tried to get away with it the best they can, is having the regular Kratos and then the Medusa Head or Golden Fleece version. So, but you know, I do actually love these two versions of this figure, so I'm not going to moan about that in any way whatsoever. So yeah, can't complain at all. Now, of course, we do have the blades of Athena Kratos, the flaming blades of Athena, I should say. And you get two of these. I've only put one on, I've got to be honest, because they do take up quite a bit of space, and they are a bit awkward to display, and they are so fragile and brittle as well. You know, I do worry about these breaking, to be honest. So I only really got him here displayed with one. I do put both on, but you can't move him around very easy for a video like this, to be honest. I'm just going to move him out of the way, and I'm going to move him out of the way just so we can. I'm going to use Poseidon's Rage as a look at the figure. No, I ain't. I'm going to use Dark Odyssey because that'll show up quite well on camera. Poseidon's Rage being a blue figure on a blue background probably isn't going to work very well. So, but what we have here is obviously the amazing Kratos. And I do, when he isn't drunk and falls over, I should say. I do absolutely love these games, to be honest. I didn't actually get into the God of War games until God of War 3 when I bought it for my PlayStation 3. I started to play 3 and then suddenly thought, oh, hold on a minute, I like this. So then I got the HD versions of 1 and 2, and then the PlayStation 3 versions of Ghosts of Sparta and Chains of Olympus. So, and then obviously done my number 3, so I absolutely love them. And obviously we have the new one now, which I'll get into that when I can. I'm still battling through Resident Evil 6 at the moment, so I'll get to God of War Revelations as soon as I can. Anyway, back to the figures. They all have basically the same articulation, being movement in the foot, a bend in the knee, a rotation at the top of the thigh, and a swivel at the hip, rotation in the waist, in the head, ball joint in the shoulder, rotation as well, just at the bicep there, I guess, swiveling the elbow, and rotation in the hand. So there's plenty of articulation going on there, and you can get them in all sorts of poses, to be honest. They originally released the Flaming Blades of Athena and the Golden Fleece, and then they released another 3 figures, or 4 figures I suppose you could say, being the Ares armour closed mouth, Ares armour open mouth, Dark Odyssey and Poseidon's Rage, and all come with obviously the weapons which you'd want them to be with. The Dark Odyssey and Poseidon's Rage are not too hard to get hold of, to be honest. You shouldn't have too much trouble getting hold of them. And from what I believe, there aren't any knockoff versions of them coming out of China at the moment. I don't know what's happened. I don't know if someone has got hold of the moulds or something. I don't know, enabling them to make these figures. I don't know, but something's happening where you can just get cheap knockoff Kratos figures, and they're awful. I'll show you one in another video, but for this video we're obviously just having a look at the Neca ones. So the Dark Odyssey, you shouldn't have any trouble getting hold of him, to be honest. Well, I say you shouldn't have any trouble. You should be able to get hold of him. He might cost you a little bit, but he is available. And of course you get your blades to go in his hands. His hands are soft rubber as well, so they easily go in. Sorry, he should have that one in there, not this one, to be honest. They're all good. The detail gone into these guys are absolutely brilliant, to be honest. See them in there. I don't know if they're coming. They might not be showing very well in that light on there. And of course, the detail in Kratos himself is absolutely brilliant. Obviously, got a lot of muscle detail going on there. The chains around his wrists, all the leather straps, and his gauntlets. Brilliant figure. One thing I kind of wish they had done with this figure is, if you could see the joints with the pins in the joints, the pins aren't painted for some reason. They sort of stand out a little bit, to be honest. So, but the golds and the greys going on there, absolutely brilliant. Cannot fault that. So I'll bring in Poseidon's Rage to have a little look at that one. Obviously this might not show up very well on camera, being blue on a blue background, and you can see all the lightning marks all down him, and his blades are all in exactly the same style. Bit see-through. It's like a clear water and lightning effect going on there. Shows up very well on camera. I'm not too sure on that, to be honest. And then of course we have the Ares armour, and his sword, absolutely brilliant. Comes with the massive sword, and the detail that's gone into that alone, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And again on here. Now I always thought that I had a bit, because when I got them out of packet I thought I had a bit missing, and then when I got the other one, sorry, the other the closed mouth and the open mouth had exactly the same. So I don't know if it's a manufacturing fault. I haven't ever checked on the game whether there's that man missing there, but they're missing on both, and obviously one being the open mouth and one being the closed mouth. It's a bit weird, because I don't know. I'll have to check in game to see if it is missing, but I'm sure you can see the detail on there. Absolutely brilliant. So that's that. Now of course the only change here is being closed mouth and open mouth. I'm sorry, I don't have any packaging for these guys. I'm stupid, I don't know why I threw them all away when I was first collecting these. But I believe an easy way, if I can remember right, an easy way of telling from the packaging which figure you're getting is even the little picture at the bottom of the corner of the packaging has an open mouth and a closed mouth on there. I think off the top of my head. Don't hold me to that, but I'm pretty confident that's another way of telling. But the detail again gone into this guy is absolutely brilliant. So you can see all the armour on the back there, the ram's heads on the shoulders, of course his chains around his gauntlets, and again the pegs for some reason not painted. That just bugs me a little bit on these figures. I don't know why, but obviously all the same articulation I just showed you with the other figure as well on there. And it's exactly the same, obviously just got a grimacing mouth and a closed mouth on there. So that's the Ares armour, and I'm going to bring back, let's bring back the Flaming Blades of Athena one. This being the classic one, and if you're only going to get one Kratos, this is probably the one you're going to get. Now, what I want to say about these blades is, I'm going to get that, sorry, I just got to get out of there. Sorry, these can be removed. They're your blades. So they can be removed from the actual fire piece of the Flaming Blades of Athena. Now they are very brittle plastic and will break and snap if your Kratos figure goes for a nosedive off the shelf or whatever. And these little pins here that you can just see them there, they fit into little holes on his wrists just here. Now you bend them wrong, they're going to break off. I can pretty much guarantee it. And of course they don't fit right. Now I'm so tempted to super glue them in there just to give it a bit more strength, to be honest, because I can just see them getting twisted off and broken, to be honest. Now the figure itself, absolutely brilliant, cannot fault it. Love this figure, to be honest. I'm not too keen on him without, you know, the flaming blades or anything. It's just a bit of a boring figure as such. Once you've got the blades on, it looks absolutely brilliant. And of course the same figure's used for the Medusa Head one, which I'll just bring that in as well. So here we have the Medusa Head Kratos. Again, obviously the detail that's gone into this guy is absolutely brilliant. Cannot fault him. So I'm just trying to get him to stand up here. I'm just going to move him out the back way there. And this guy you can get hold of quite easily, but he is also being sold as one of the knockoff figures as well, so just be careful. Now this is the hardest figure to get hold of, and the easiest figure to get hold of as a knockoff. I think once the powers that be suddenly realised how hard it was to get hold of the Golden Fleece, couldn't think of the Golden Fleece Kratos, they then were just knocking these out as cheaply as they could, obviously in China. And I pretty much guarantee if you buy the Golden Fleece Kratos from China, you're gonna get the knockoff version, to be honest, which you have been warned. You will see him in packet, this figure in packet, but it will say on the front Flaming Blades of Athena, probably, because they just haven't put any care into the packaging, to be honest. But you know, I just wanted to give you a quick look at the different versions of the Neca God of War Kratos figures. I didn't want to do individual ones because essentially it's the same figure over and over again, just with different bits, to be honest. But I do love this figure. I've got to be honest with you, the Medusa Head one is my favourite, and if you can get it, a proper one, then get it. You do also get an old, sorry, the hand which you just saw me pull off is one big hand attached to the head, which just pulls on off, and with this one you get an alternate hand to put on if you obviously want to have him holding the blades of Athena. The Medusa Head itself is absolutely brilliant, to be honest. All the cobras there from her hair, obviously got the hand there as well. The detail gone on that is brilliant. Absolutely love that. So that, my friends, is a look at the Neca God of War Kratos figures. Just obviously, as I've said all through this video, just please be aware of the knockoff versions. If you're not too worried, then fair enough. They will do the job if you just want them on the shelf to complete the collection as cheaply and quickly as you can. Fair enough, don't blame you. I was tempted to myself, I'll be honest with you, just because I could not get hold of a golden fleece Kratos for love nor money, so you know, fair enough. But once you've got one, it's not good. And there is also another figure, which is the Hercules. I think it's called Hercules. I don't know, the things that Hercules Gauntlet one, where he has them on his hands, and it says on the packaging God of War 3, and it is a knockoff figure. You'll be able to tell straight away, so do not buy that one. If you see the normal Kratos with the massive gauntlets, I can't remember what it is in the game. Can't remember Love nor Money, but that is a knockoff figure straight away. That's nothing to do with Neca at all. So, but for novelty factor, you might just want to add it to your collection if you got them all. It's up to you. Okay, but anyway, thanks for watching, guys. You take care, and of course I'll catch you in the next video. All the best. Bye bye.